The first article I wanted to talk about was an article in Forbes that was talking about Gen AI versus machine learning and kind of talking about the differences between the two and how machine learning is still very much at the forefront of everything you're seeing. Now, I have to start with a little bit of a caveat here because Forbes articles can always be a little bit of a tricky thing. Forbes is my understanding of Forbes is that they actually have very limited staff writers. Now they rely on contributors, really average individuals from the business world to write their articles for them. They're usually pretty well developed articles, and Forbes still does the editing. But the contributors can be of varying skill and have varying various motivations for why they would write those articles. So I'm always cautious when I present, you, my listeners, with the Forbes article. So I want you to keep that in mind. Having said that, I do think that this article does get things right, where they emphasize that machine learning is still very much a thing in data science. When you hear about Gen AI and ChatGPT and LLMs, you kind of tend to think that all the other aspects of data science have fallen by the wayside, or oh, machine learning, that's the old way of doing things. And that's really far from the case because in data science, all of these algorithms are really just a set of tools, and you just use the right tool for the right job. Machine learning is often the right tool, so LLMs can be the right tool. Sometimes Gen AI is involved, sometimes it's not. It really just depends. So I do like that this article does emphasize the machine learning aspect. And also the article does touch upon, some of the obvious things that a lot of people really have machine learning products and services, but they call them AI just to kind of, add that extra marketing polish on them or what have you. So the article does also talk about that, about how most problems out there are still machine learning problems. People just call them AI or, to sound sexy or to attract attention, things along those lines. And really, the last thing you should consider in all of this is that Gen AI underneath the hood is arguably still machine learning. It's still an implementation of machine learning. Now, I concede that it's a very advanced approach to machine learning, but it's still all that under the hood.